Greetings and salutations, everybody! Hey, it's me, Fisher, and I'm here to bring you this week's recap, reaction, and review of The Mandalorian, Chapter 13, The Jedi. This week's episode, guys, was everything I wanted and more, so I'm really excited to tell you the tale, so sit back, grab a bowl of bone broth, or some frogs, or hey, some cookies, and listen as I tell you what happened this week. The episode definitely starts out pretty awesome, guys. It's foggy, and there's woods, and there's little guys or droids or something with guns, and they're searching for somebody. And then, like a ninja, out of nowhere, you see, vroom, vroom. You see two lightsabers, and guys, they're white lightsabers, which means only one thing. It's gotta be Ahsoka Tano! Yay! So she fights the droid, sneaks up on them, and boom, one down, boom, two down. And while all that fighting's going on, a couple people come out on the balcony of the city, and it's a dude in some armor and some very authoritative-looking woman. And the authoritative-looking woman says, "I know you're there, come out." And then you see, and the two lightsabers light up, and Ahsoka comes out, and her and the woman have a conversation. Ahsoka's like, "Tell me what I want to know." And the woman's like, "Do you want that knowledge, or do you want the lives of these people?" And Ahsoka says, "I'll give you till tomorrow to figure it out." And then she takes off into the fog. Next we see Mando and the child on the ship, and they are on their way to the planet Corvus. And he tells the child, "Okay, we're about to land, get in your seat." And the child's just like, just looking at the little shifter knob that he loves so much. And Mando's like, "No, go get in your seat." So he begrudgingly climbs up in his little seat and sits down, and he's still staring lovingly at that shifter knob. And the next thing you know, his little hand comes up, and you see the shifter knob. Yep, he's using the Force again, guys. He's using the Force for the shifter knob because he loves it so much. So they land on the planet of Corvus, and as they're leaving the ship, the child sits down on the ramp with the little shifter knob, and he's just kind of looking at it like, I just want to sit here with my shifter knob. And Mando's like, "I told you to leave that alone and leave that on the ship." And he takes it from the child and puts it in his pocket. And off they go in search of information about the Jedi Ahsoka Tano. The Mandalorian arrives in the city, and the city looks pretty bleak. He tries to talk to people, and they just walk away from him. They're like scared of him and don't want to talk to him or something. He's talking to a man, and these droids come up and say, "Come with us." So they take him to that authoritative lady who is the magistrate of the city. And she's like, "Hey dude, I'll make a deal with you. If you go and kill Ahsoka Tano, I'll give you this awesome spear made of Beskar." And dude, that spear's pretty big and awesome, and that would be a lot of Beskar, guys. A lot. So Mando, knowing that he's looking for her anyway, says, "Yeah, deal, I'll do it." And off he goes to find Ahsoka. So the Mandalorian and the Jedi have a little bit of bad history, so him actually killing her isn't out of the question, guys. So off he goes to find her, and they do finally come face to face. And when they do, she looks at him and kind of looks past him, and she notices the child. And she's like, "Hey, where did you come from?" So Ahsoka and the child are sitting by the fire, and it looks like she's kind of like telepathically communicating with him. And he's mumbling his little coos and stuff. Coo, coo, coo. And she's looking at him very interested. And next thing, she picks him up and she brings him over to where Mando is. And Mando looks at her and he's like, "He's talking to you? You can understand him?" And Ahsoka says, "In a way." And then she tells him something, guys, that we've been waiting to find out for over a season and a half. She tells him the child's name. She says his name is Grogu, and he was raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and hidden away after the Clone Wars. And she asks Mando, "Has he used the Force?" And Mando's like, "You mean his powers?" And she says, "Well, yeah, it's more like an energy that's all around us, created by beings." And she says, "We'll test him in the morning to see how strong he is with the Force." So the next morning comes, and she sits the little dude down and walks a little bit away from him and picks up a rock. She puts it in her hand, and it floats up into the air, and she moves it towards the child. And it gets to him, and he reaches out and grabs it. And then she says, well, okay, now send it back. And he just kind of still just looks at it, and then boom, just drops it on the ground. But she's not frustrated, and she's not giving up. So she has Mando come over, and she says, you try it. So Mando has the rock in his hand, and he's like, okay, come on, take it. Take it, little dude. Come on, dude, take it. And still nothing's working. So Ahsoka's about to give up, and when Mando reaches into his pocket and grabs the shifter knob. We all know the child loves the shifter knob. And the next thing you know, the shifter knob is lifting out of Mando's hand and floating over to the child. And he's got his little knob, and he's a happy little dude. But Ahsoka says she won't train him because of the unruly emotions and his deep attachment to Mando. But Mando makes a deal with her that he'll help her with the magistrate if Tano agrees to train Grogu. And she agrees. So they go off to the city to face the magistrate and free the people. And there's a little bit of scuffling there, and boom, 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 boom. And the magistrate and Ahsoka come face to face, and they have this awesome epic battle with the lightsabers and the Beskar spear. And it was pretty cool. But in the end, Ahsoka wins and defeats the magistrate. And she's like, tell me where he is. Tell me where I can find Grand Admiral Thrawn. Guys! Grand Admiral Thrawn! If anybody has watched Legends or Rebels or read any of the afterbooks, he's a major dude, guys. And he's a major bad dude. So hey, we could be seeing some awesome major bad dude, even badder than Moff Gideon in the future. So with the magistrate taken care of and the people of the city back in control of their city, Ahsoka says, well, where's Grogu? And Mando says, he's in the ship. I'll go get him. And Mando sadly walks back to the ship, and he picks up the child, and he pretty much tells the child, you know, this is it. You have to, this is what you have to do, dude. You're gonna go with her, and she's gonna train you. And he's pretty much saying goodbye. And guys, I got all teary-eyed, and it was really sad. But he goes to leave, and Ahsoka's outside. And she says, I know I made a deal, but I cannot train him. He has such an attachment to you, and he's been suppressing his powers that if I try to train him, something awful could happen. And guys, we all know what happened with Anakin Skywalker, so yeah, no, we don't want the child turning evil. That would be very bad. But she tells Mando to take him to an abandoned Jedi temple on Tython. And in that temple, place him on the Seeing Stone, and Grogu will decide his path. And if he chooses the path of the Jedi, another Jedi may emerge to train him. So guys, overall, I love the episode. I love that we finally got a little bit of backstory on the child. And guys, I actually like his name. I think it's cool. It would have been really pooey if it would have been like Yoder or Yee or Yaya or anything with a Y. I like that the writers and creators had decided to go a totally different and unexpected route with the name. And I'd also love to know why they chose that name. There's gotta be a reason behind it, guys. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit Grogu. There's some letters and stuff in there that, hey, kind of remind me of George Lucas. Maybe it's a nod to the creator of Star Wars. Maybe it's something totally different. But guys, I really do hope that we find out. There's only 3 episodes left this season too, guys. And there's so much storyline set up. We could probably go on for many, many, many more years of this. How exciting would that be, guys? I love it. So we've got Mando and the child going off on their next adventure. We know that Moff Gideon has the tracking device on the Razor Crest. I really don't know what to expect next week, guys. What do you think? So, I hope you liked my little recap, reaction, and review today, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more awesome, totally rad Baby Yoda things and Mandalorian things in the future, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss seeing us. And I guess there's only one thing left to say today, guys. We'll see you later.